What's going on, everybody? Patrick Auger here with Mr. Matthew Wells and Mr. Drake Riggs. And today we're talking about who should get the next 135 pound title shot after Aljamain Sterling and Petr Yan face off. Should it be TJ Dillashaw or Cory Sandhagen? Now, obviously, Cory Sandhagen had that phenomenal first round knockout of Frankie Edgar this past Saturday, highlight reel finish. He's got all the merit in the world to stake this claim. But TJ Dillashaw, the man who never technically lost the bantamweight belt, is back and eligible from suspension. So, I mean, this is a more debated topic than I thought it would be. Mr. Wells, what are your thoughts on this?
I don't understand why this is a debated topic whatsoever. The man is coming off a loss, albeit in a different division, and also coming off of a suspension for PEDs. How people equate that to, he deserves a title shot immediately upon his return is just mind-blowing to me. I don't understand it whatsoever. The guy, at minimum, in my opinion, should have 2 fights proving that he can fight clean before he gets a title shot again. That's where I stand on this.
That's fair. I mean, Drake, along with your pick of who should get the next title shot, there's been some talk about them doing Dillashaw versus Sandhagen in the meantime. Is that an option here, or is this just lunacy?
Lunacy, Pat. God, that's just absolute nonsense, man. The guy's a cheater. He's a fraud. He's a fake. He's a phony, man. We got to see what he's all about here when he comes back. You can't throw him right in there with a belt on the line, or against the guy who should be fighting for the belt next. Are you kidding me? It's going to make my head explode, right? I can't handle this kind of nonsense from the people. Come on, guys. We should move past this kind of stuff. It's 2021 here. TJ Dillashaw has to prove himself. We don't really know what we're going to see when he comes back. To give him a title shot, absolute ridiculousness, despite the fact that he lost. Look at how he lost. He got sparked in 30 seconds while cheating. Let's see what he can do when he comes back, not cheating, back in his heavier division, of course. But Cory Sandhagen, 1,000,000% deserves a title shot. And if he doesn't get it and has to face somebody like TJ Dillashaw, it's just like, what's the point? What's the point of that? Besides, it only helps TJ, right? And it might not help him because of how dangerous a guy Cory is. Yeah, as a competitor, you want to test yourself against that guy right away, I'm sure. But it's not the right move. TJ should fight somebody like Frankie would be more logical, I think. Give him somebody who, maybe down the rankings a little bit. It's just to think we shouldn't even be talking about this right now. It's pretty cut and dry, in my opinion.
I mean, I hear where you're both coming from. I'm with you in the same boat. I think Sandhagen deserves the next title shot. I could see some debate, a very sliver of debate, if Aljo wins, right? Because Sandhagen and Aljo, it wasn't that long ago that they fought. And so you could argue, okay, well, maybe you do Dillashaw versus Sandhagen to see who gets the next shot. Then I can kind of see that. But there is one argument that has been made, that has been brought up regarding this, that is also leaning me to think that we might end up seeing Dillashaw jump the line anyway. And before I get to that argument, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. Hit the little notification button, that little bell. You want to know when we drop these videos. You want to be able to see Drake's glorious mane, right? In all of its blonde glory now, behind a DX brick wall. I know you want to see that. So, hit that button. That all being said, Jon Jones, suspended for PEDs, came back, granted an immediate title shot. I've seen this argument. What's the difference between Jones and Dillashaw here? Is there one?
Yes.
And okay, well, we know it. We're about to get a little bit more in depth with your answers, but glad you both agreed. But then, given what the UFC has done with Jones, are we going to see Dillashaw get the title shot? So I'll start with you again, Mr. Wells.
No. Because as Drake pointed out, Jon Jones never got sparked in the first round before he got suspended for PEDs. So there is one glaring difference there. glaring
weight
difference.
class though. Different
Doesn't
weight class
matter.
though.
It does not matter. Does not matter. You go out there and get sparked in the first round like that.
30 seconds. The first 30 seconds.
Dude, just when I was like settling into the chair, about to be like, man, let me get my Twitter fingers ready to score these rounds. Oh, the fight's over. Okay. Great job, TJ. And then you cheated too after that. No, sorry. I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling with any of this TJ Dillashaw title talk, man, right out of the gate. Just doesn't make sense. If you want a matchup for me to put him in there against Rob Font. There you go. That's where he should be fighting right now.
Not a bad call and a good matchup. Drake, is that why you believe Dillashaw should not get the title shot? Is because he lost in a different weight class? Is it the same reason, or do you have different reasoning there?
Well, it's the way he lost and just losing, period, right? And the fact that what he took, and if we're going to compare these situations, Jones to Dillashaw, there's, despite the fact that Jones has tested positive multiple times, and the reoccurring, I forget what it was called. It's been a while now.
Pulsing.
The pulsing. Yes, the pulsing effect.
There you go. There's Matt's got it down.
The thing with him is there's still cases to be made to where you can believe he wasn't intentionally cheating, that kind of thing. Too much smoke for that fire for me to believe, but you could still make that case that it's not as clear for Jones cheating as TJ, where it's a fact. We 100% know, and he's admitted it, unlike a John Jones and stuff like that. But just considering what he took and everything, like TJ's is just so blatant, and then the situation around him losing, and Jones did not lose, and questionable, and star power, man. Think about that. Is TJ really a big enough draw after 2 years away to get slotted right in there, even if he didn't get knocked out in 30 seconds against Henry Cejudo? Like, I don't think it would matter.
Yeah, I would agree. There is a big star power difference there. And I think that admission, that was actually what I was going to bring up. The admission of guilt is a huge thing. It should be, because I think we're all on the same page of how we feel about John Jones using stuff. But yeah, I mean, he came out and said, yes, I used this. It was a mistake. I cheated, all of that. I mean, I can't imagine the UFC saying, oh, Dillashaw is so much of a draw, we're going to go ahead and throw him right back in there, have him jump the line from someone who just had a huge highlight knockout reel of Frankie Edgar and got something like 3,000 or 4,000 Twitter followers, even though he hasn't been active on Twitter since like 2018 from that knockout. So I think they're probably going to lean Sandhagen, actually, when it comes down to it. You've convinced me. So let us know in the comments.
Also, not to cut you off, but like, if Sterling wins, then you got the rematch story. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, like you said, but there's a story to that. And considering, maybe not bad blood, but the trash talk, that it seems like, Aljamain's always willing to, say some things. And then Cory, very confident in his comments after the fight. I think that would be very sellable. People, the highlight reels, that both of these guys are putting together now. And I will make a prediction right now that I do think Sterling is going to pull that off. So I'm all in on that rematch.
Save it for the predictions vids, Drake. Man, it's ridiculous. Anyway, let us know in the comments. let us know in the comments if you think that Sandhagen deserves the next title shot, if you believe that Dillashaw should, if they should fight each other, how you feel about the whole situation with TJ cheating and now coming back, with Sandhagen, saying he deserves a title shot next, and just laying out poor old Frankie. Let us know how you feel about all of that in the comments. And I promise we'll make sure to keep Drake on a tighter leash so that he doesn't, just go predicting things on non-prediction videos. Drake, just ridiculous.
And that's how you get out of doing prediction videos, kids.